5 practice. Very eventful, very, and then after we had the practice, we just winded down a little bit. So I feel like, we talk about it winning the bye week. I feel like we won the bye week and, just prepared as much as we could for this week.
When you went into the bye week, what were the things that you wanted to maybe focus on or do, and what did maybe you kind of see when you went back and watched those first 6 games back?
Talked about it. Just energy, first of all, coming out of the second half, playing all 4 quarters. I feel like we've had a struggle doing that, playing all 4 quarters and working on just competing in general throughout the entire game. Then, turnovers, got to cut those out. Footwork with the quarterback group, like just being able to just sit in the pocket, show your pocket presence, being able to take subtle movements, basically feel comfortable in the pocket, and then maximizing the opportunities, just taking advantage of every opportunity, finishing in the red zone, scoring, and capitalizing off defenses, of their defensive mistake and on our defense when they made like a play. I'm sorry, I can't talk.
That's all right. You had mentioned coming into the year that one of the things that you were trying to focus on was when to stay in the pocket and when to take off. How has that process been in the development, do you feel, over the last couple of weeks?
I mean, I feel it's there. I've seen progress. I've seen progress of, there's plays where I'm in the pocket, make an easy throw, or I'm in the pocket, make a hard throw. But there's also times when I get happy feet and try to take off too early. But there's also times when the potential breaks down, I stay in, and then there's times when the potential breaks down, and I know when to get out. Like, I mean, their progress is there, but I just have to, mentally work on it. Just watch the film back and see where I went wrong on this play, or see where I could be better on this play, and just grow from it.
Do you feel good about the progress? Feel good about the progress you're making?
Yeah, so far, it doesn't show on the stat sheet, of course, but like I'm not really tripping about the stats. It's more just showing that the team, really this whole thing is just for the team, so we can just win games and keep progressing each week.
Hey, staying with the magic word bye week, talk about your growth from a year ago, going into bye week, and now experience of bye week as a team leader.
Last year, I just went through bye week like any other player, just like I was just a backup there, just going through it just like everybody else. This year is more just I had to take a role of like, okay, we need to bring the energy today. We need to do what we have to do to, prepare for next week. Like next week we have a game. The season's not over, so we have a whole another half of the season to play. So it was more of basically taking a leadership role, like you said, and just coming in and bringing energy.
Yeah. As a follow-up, aside from football, did it give you a moment to kind of step back a little bit, reflect, relax? What was that like?
Yeah, those 3 days we had off, 2 days we had off, I didn't look at football, touch football. I didn't think about it at all. I just, went. I actually was out with my girlfriend in Mississippi, and we was just chilling, shooting the breeze for real. So nothing too much.
When you look at the first 6 games overall, just your individual play, I guess, how do you feel like you played compared to what your expectations were?
I'm sorry, can you ask the question again?
Yeah, for just like individual review of the first 6 games, first half of the season on your own play, just how you think you've done and where you're at.
Oh, for sure. I feel like no matter how good or how bad I play, I feel like I always do better. And there's a lot that I can do better right now. Like there's a lot that I need to improve on as we've been watching, and it's just this little things, and the turnovers. We all know that that's the biggest thing, but every other thing, like if you watch from the beginning of the play to the end of the play, like it's little things that can happen throughout the whole play that can cause certain things to happen, and it's a trickle down effect. But overall, I mean, I feel like I've grown as a quarterback, especially mentally, but it just all has to be, like I've been saying since spring, it has to be put together. We just got to bring it all together and, figure out how to compete with these guys and go out there and win games.
Wozniak was saying, that Lindgren was saying to you guys that his message was kind of like, feels like you guys are close on offense to finishing a lot more things and being more consistent there. Did you see that as well? And what sort of stood out to you when you had more time to dig in, whereas you're in the season, you're just kind of out of the next thing all the time?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I was fortunate enough in the first 3 games to get away with my mistakes and still win games, And then it came back to bite us when we actually played against better competition. We came out and we did what we have to do. But it's like, Boston College, 2 plays, we win that game. It's 2 plays. Come out, Ohio State, I mean, we turned the ball over, we had 3 drives in the red zone, didn't score. So, yeah, I mean, that hurts us. Then come out Oregon, fumble on the 1-yard line, 2-yard line, that hurts. So things like that. It's like we're one play away from doing all the big things that we know we can do. And it's really just one play away from having the momentum to do what we can do. And it's also just, literally, we talk about 10-1. Like, everybody do your job. Like it's just you. It's you, and then you do your job, and everybody else does their job. It all work out. So that's what we're focusing on the most. Just being able to focus on yourself, do your job, and once that happens, it's all gonna be put together.
How much do you think this is a good barometer game to show that progress, especially considering the type of defense, with mostly zone and under quarters kind of concepts that they play? They turn people over quite a bit. How much do you think you guys can kind of assess where you're at just off of this game alone?
I mean, we're just gonna. I don't really know how to answer your question.
Like,
honestly,
how much do you think this game will show the progress that you guys? As far as taking care of the football and such, because
I don't know, man. I mean, football's it's a fun game. It's an exciting game, but it also has its challenges. Things happen, and football's gonna happen. So, Saturday we might have the outcome we want, we might not. But come out and just really only thing I'm looking for is progressing with energy and playing to the best of our abilities and competing all 4 quarters. If we do that, I think it'll be a fun atmosphere to play and a fun game in general for us. So we'll figure it out.
That's a little different question, but how do you look at these last 6 games? Do you look at it as like a new season almost? Do you look at it as a 6-game season? Do you look at it as 2 3-game seasons with the next bye week coming up? Or
I look at it as a whole new season. I mean, I came in expected myself to do more, and I didn't. So I mean, that's behind me. Come in, new season, new week. Just here to get better. Now, I mean, whole new everything. Started over 0-0. I don't nothing that happened before matters anymore. So let's go in. Let's play football.
You mentioned the step up in competition that you can feel when you're playing Ohio State and Oregon. I'm wondering from your position, where do you see that, and where do you feel it right away that was another level of competition than you faced?
I don't really know. I mean, all the teams that we lost to, they were good teams. I feel like we could have performed better against all of them, but things happen. So I don't really know where I see the difference. I mean, I feel like the difference is on us. It's really just the energy that we bring, or I don't know if it's playing against a big name school or playing whoever we're playing against, but it's for us to bring in energy and come in and play how we know how to play football.
So it didn't feel like you had less time, or there was less, are there things you notice when you're against those teams right away?
No. I mean, things are going to happen. It's football. We all make our mistakes, and we're all going to come out and I made my mistakes. Other people made their mistakes, and we all hold ourselves accountable, come back and try and fix it the next play. And if we don't, we're just going to watch it back and come back next week and figure out how to fix this. So I wouldn't say it's on, just a single person or on anybody in general, but I would just, it's a team effort, and we didn't come to play on the last 2, and that's what it is.
with those 2 teams in particular, Ohio State and Oregon, what lessons maybe did you learn, maybe for this year, but also for the future, to try and get this team and this program back to that level?
Momentum is a big thing, Yeah, going out to scoring first, that would have changed the game twice, So going out there and helping the defense out after they just got a big stop for us, that would change the game. You don't know how that game goes if we score first both times. So things like that. But just in general, just come out, compete. I'm just saying it the whole time. We just got to compete all 4 quarters. It's to me, it looks like a lack of energy in the second half, and we just got to figure that out. We got to find some type of juice to come out and just play how we played in the first half.
Did you get to watch those 2 teams play each other the other day?
Yeah.
What did you think of that game? I mean, did it kind of come out the way you thought it might?
No comment on that game.
You talk about the need to bring energy all the time. Does the night game change any of that? The fact that you play all these night games, you need to bring energy during the.
Nah, I've taken that before. I'm good. I mean, it's football. We know we signed up for it. Of course, we don't want to be waiting in a hotel room all day, but I mean, we know what we signed up for. Whenever the game time starts, that's when the game time starts. They got the same schedule we got. They put their pads on the same time we put our pads on. So I mean, it is what it is. I can't really. That don't change nothing for me.
When you have the pass protection breakdowns that you guys have had, I mean, does that speed up the clock for you when you're in the pocket? And I mean, do you start anticipating?
Some of it's on me. I mean, it's not really. I'm not blaming. O-line really didn't have I'm not going to say they had a terrible game. Some of it's on me. I'm moving to say I drift to the left, now my left tackle's in the bind. I drift to the right, and right tackle's in the bind. You know, some things break down, then I move it, I go the wrong way, then something happens. You know, some of that stuff's on me. So it's really just it's a team effort, and it's really just working on all 6 of us. Me and the 5 linemen are blocking, and we just got to work on whatever we got to work on. We talk about it, and we just figure it out as we go. You know, it's better to figure it out a little quicker, you know, just as together as one. But I mean, we'll get it sooner rather than later for sure. So
For those 5 guys in front of you, how much did they maybe need the bye week since they're 5 different guys from game 1?
They
not
deserve
5, but like just that group is different.
They deserve the bye week. I mean, they put their bodies on the line every day. Like, they don't get the glory that everybody else, that all the skilled guys do. And they do most of the work. Like, the trenches, I think O-line is the hardest position. And, you know, that's a lot coming from the position I play. But I think it's the hardest position. They got to do a lot, and they're doing it backwards. So it's
I meant more from the cohesion. You have Baldwin moving inside.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a lot of moving parts that are going on there. Just to find that
it's just really it's just growth. I mean, really, it's a lot of growth. I mean, you're gonna move around. Again, we know what we signed up for. Like, you might not play the position you wanted to play, but to help the team win, they're gonna do what they can, and they're doing it. So I mean, we're gonna just see how everything plays out, and whoever's starting in that 5, that's what I'm rocking with.
Thanks, Aidan.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Aidan.